Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out the Financial Districts DLC for City Skylines. So this is a game, or DLC I should say, that you can find for about $8 or so. It adds a couple of things to the game, but I'll just say it right now, it's not worth full price. It does some cool things, but it's just $8. You could buy a full game for $8, and all you're really doing in this is adding a couple of mechanics, mainly a stock market, which you can manipulate in various ways, and even you don't even need to manipulate it in order to make some money off of this. So let's go ahead and just show you around a little bit. What this particular DLC adds first off is this stock exchange, and you can find the stock exchange by clicking on the unique buildings button on the very bottom, and it's the very first button. It says stock exchange, and this says the stock exchange is the financial hub of the city where stock trading takes place. Building a stock exchange allows you to make investments in various companies and economy sectors. Financial district office buildings pay higher taxes when built close to a stock exchange. So there is a new district that you can paint. And to paint it, you click on districts and areas, and then you click on the Paint District button. And then once you're done painting this district, which in this case is Garland Heights, once you're done left-clicking in order to paint this area, you'll head on over to, office specifications, and the new one is financial office buildings. It has a higher tax income, which is further increased by proximity to the stock exchange and international trade building. The international trade building is something that you get once you upgrade your stock exchange. It decreases office building happiness. If you don't care about that and just want to make money, then by all means, create some, financial office buildings. So what you're going to do is you're going to paint that. First, you paint the area, then you click on the financial office buildings, and you click on the paint in order to have this icon show up. Note there's a little blue aqua little pedestal with a coin on it. That shows that this area is painted so that all office buildings that are built in this area will become financial office buildings. And again, you can paint that, or you can create office zones by heading on over to the zoning area and then using the office zone. And once you unlock it, you may not have access to this right away. If you're playing the regular game of City Skylines, you typically have to level up to a certain level before you unlock high density stuff and the office zone. So just as a recap, paint the area via this left tab, and then the very first button, Paint District. Just paint this white area here, wherever you feel like it, and then head on over to the fourth tab, which is Office Specializations. Click on the third one, which is Financial Offices. Click on the painted area so that you add the icon to that district. And then you head on over to your zoning, click on Office, and then you just zone in that area. And again, any offices built in this area will become financial related stuff. There's Trident Accounting and Customer Services, a lot of Trident, whatever, Solutions Inc., and so on. And you can tell based on the icon to the left of the name, Angry Clans Mobile. That's cute. All right, it's a popular mobile game. Anyway, I'm going to play on it. So this stock exchange, again, by plopping this down in the middle of this office area, it'll increase tax income, which is what you want. Now, this stock exchange will grow over time, but in order to do that, you have to play a really silly mini game that you can make money. Now, you can get here in one of two ways. You can click on the stock exchange, click on Manage Investments. If you don't feel like finding the building in order to do that, click on the little Financial tab down the very bottom, and that will also bring up the various tabs on the top. You've got your taxes that you would normally see. You've got budget. Oh, high density is only paying 9%. What am I doing? Oh, let's fix that real quick. I feel bad. The little guys are all paying... yeah, I'll do 12. There we go. So anyway, there are taxes, budget, loans, and then investments. And this investment tab will become unlocked once you build the stock exchange. And on the left-hand side are the different stocks that you can invest in. So greasy gasoline. If I click on it, I can buy shares. This graph goes up and down based on how well that particular thing is doing. Certain things will not become unlocked until you actually create them yourself. For example, I do not have an oil industry, but if I have at least 200 squares of oil industry buildings, then I unlock that particular investment chain. I have a forest industry, so I invested some money into that, and I'm just sort of waiting for it to grow. Speaking of which, you can do a little bit of insider trading. What is insider trading? Well, if you know that the whole point of that is, the whole idea of just stocks in general, you buy low, sell high, right? Well, if you buy low and then you see to it that the business does very well, or the business is going to do very well, that's insider trading. So, stock goes up and then you sell when it's high. You can manipulate that to a degree by, starting off by let's say you just unlock a little forest production area, which I've done here. I'm 4 stars with it right now, which is pretty high, 5 stars being the max. But I took out some stocks for the forest industry while it was 2 stars, and then I just put a bunch of stuff in here to level it up. The manufacturing stuff I'm not going to get into because I covered that in a prior video, but suffice it to say, I leveled up this forestry area here, and if I go back to my stocks, I'll sort of show you forestry industry. Okay, so what I've done here is I have 734 shares of it, and at the time I bought the stock, the value on it was like 2,100-ish. And now it's averaging to a max of like 2,400. It's up and down, up and down, up and down. But let's pause it real quick. So, yeah, I mean, you can manipulate this by, leveling up, buying stocks when you first create something. Like a company or a manufacturing process, and then you just sit on it until you level it up, and then the investment goes up, and then you just sell it. Here, the value now is like 2,400 or so. I mean, that's amazing. I started at 2,100 at 2 stars, and now I'm at 2,440 at 4 stars. Now I could sit on this longer if I want to, or it looks fairly high right now. I just might pull the trigger on it and sell this. My original value, I put 1.5 million into it, and its current value is 1.8 million. So I just made $285,526. Money becomes a joke with this particular DLC, especially when you have a lot of money to invest. You just watch the thing go up and down, even if you don't even actively try and do any sort of leveling with that manufacturing process or company. You watch the bars, you buy a low, sell high, and you still make money off of it. I'm going to go ahead and sell this real quick. And now I just made some money. So if I go to this, there's a bar. It says investment gains until next level. I've made 535,000 money, simoleons, whatever, up to this point. When I get to 750,000 or, 3/4 to a million, I'll unlock a new level for the stock exchange. And unlocking levels for the stock exchange affects a couple of things. First of all, there's a tax bonus associated with that. However, under the police department button is also a banks area. And it's the second tab over. It says banks. You start unlocking banks, and a small bank, according to this, for the financial needs of a small commercial area. Comes with a small fleet of cash transport vans that collect money and reduce the crime rate in commercial zone buildings. So banks you can put around commercial zones in order to lower crime, but you do not unlock banks until you start leveling up your leveling up your stock exchange. A large bank is the same way. It's just a larger version of it, but it just sends out vans everywhere to pick up money is what it does. Sort of similar to like your garbage trucks and the like. So there's that. You're going to unlock banks. Also under the unique buildings area, as you level up your stock exchange, you're going to unlock some statues. There's a bronze cow, for example, the bronze panda, the elevated plaza, and I have not unlocked this yet, but there's the underground garden plaza, and then finally the international trade building, which I mentioned earlier. So you want to put that also near your financial office areas in order to, improve tax rate and the like. But these are one-offs that you put down. Let's see if I can find them. I think, yeah, this is one of them, the elevated plaza. That's what the elevated plaza here looks like. I'll just hit play, and you can watch the people sort of do their thing. But yeah, that's the elevated plaza, 560 maintenance per week. I think I built the cow and the panda over here, yeah. All right, yeah, it's just, there's little statues. It's not, I mean, they're just mainly tourist attractions, really, but... Yeah, so that's mainly what this DLC introduces. It introduces the financial districts for your office zones. It introduces the stock exchange. It introduces bank buildings, and the ability to play the stock market a bit in order to make money. And again, it's super easy to do. Like this Chirper Crypto right now. I may want to wait for it to go down a little bit. Let's just see what happens. Okay, it went back up, so that's not a good one. Let's see if I can find... Oh, the forestry's tanking right now. Let's just buy 1.2 million into the forest. And now we'll wait for a little bit. Oh, now it went up. So if I sell right now, I make 42,000. Just like that. But I'm going to wait for it to go higher. There it goes. Okay, I'm just going to sell. There. In a matter of 10 seconds, I made $66,000. I didn't do much. I waited for it to go low and I sold when it was high. That's all I really did. So, like I said, the making money in this particular DLC expansion, it's just kind of laughable. But yeah, it's okay for what it is. But honestly, for $8, like I said, you can actually buy full games for that price. But if you're like, if you're one of those people that have to own everything on a DLC. Paradox Interactive is very well known for its DLC practices, and chances are, if you're one of those people, you've already bought in this DLC anyway. For those of you that are still on the fence about it, my advice to you is wait for a sale to where you can grab a bunch of these DLCs cheap, because Paradox Interactive, what with their Prison Architect and now City Skylines and all this, it's out of control, to be honest with you, and I think it's it sucks, especially for people that want to own everything. They've become the new EA of The Sims, where, every DLC pack is $10-20, and it adds a little bit of this and a little bit of that, and for the full experience you need $400, $500, $600. It's ridiculous. Who has that kind of money nowadays? Anyway, my recommendation is, this adds a little bit, but wait for a sale. If you guys haven't already, subscribe to me on Twitch and YouTube. That way you can stay up to date with any new content I put to publish. This is Vince. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all next time. Take care.